I think the term deconstruction scares some people. And I get that. And everybody's deconstruction is a little different. Lots of people are deconstructing different things. For instance, many people are deconstructing their entire faith and a relationship to the church. The whole ball of wax, like it's all one thing for them, and I guess it might be. But for me, as a minister, they're very different. My relationship to the church and my faith are completely different. The church did not give me my faith. It was definitely shared with me by people who are part of the church, but it was not given to me by the institutional church at all. So right now, everything that has started with me going on to TikTok and sharing all of this with whoever might be listening out there, that is me deconstructing my relationship to the church. My deconstructing of my faith, well, I was a Baptist. And beginning in 1984, when I was in high school, my parents, who were very, very good Baptists, very moderate Baptists, level-headed, open-minded Baptists, and we were at a good, moderate Baptist church, they were very aware of what was happening in the Southern Baptist Convention, that the fundamentalists were taking over the convention. And when I went to seminary after graduating college, my entire seminary experience was kind of like reliving the 60s. We had protests all over campus all the time about the denomination being taken over. Every time there was a board of trustee meetings, we had candlelight vigils, that kind of thing. So my faith, because of what has been happening within the denomination, and I wrote articles for all sorts of different newspapers. I led with my neck, so to speak. I was in the fight. My faith with Jesus, and that was under constant deconstruction and reconstruction. It's constantly being broken down and reformed. It's sharp, kept it sharp, kept it lean and in fighting shape. That's never been on shaky ground for me. It's been tested and proved. And I feel real good about it, but I'll continue to deconstruct it and reconstruct it as I continue to live and go through with things. But right now, my deconstruction is about the church. And so many people are so uncomfortable with the term deconstruction. I think I'm going to call myself, I'm looking for a new term for that. And I think the term that I'm going to look at, because I've come to some conclusions about some things. I like the idea of being a dust shaker or a sandal cleaner or something, because in Matthew 10, Jesus tells his disciples, if you go to a place and you teach them and they reject you, shake the dust off your sandals and walk on, move on. And then in Acts 13, Paul and another guy go to a place and they give the message about hope for the Gentiles to these people, and the Jewish people hate them and they hate the message. And they rile up the women there to go after Paul. And so Paul and, I'm sorry, the other guy, I can't remember his name, they shake the dust off their sandals, their dust off their feet, and they leave that place as a form of protest. And that's kind of exactly where I am with my relationship to the church after being a pastor for 30 plus years, minister for 30 plus years. having given the message to the church all those years about changing, following Jesus, and that we've got to do things differently. We can't abuse this, and we've got to be open for women in ministry. We've got to love LGBTQIA people, and we've got to end the racism within the church. And then people not hearing it, just deliberately sitting in their own filth. So when I gave my resignation sermon and dropped the mic and walked out the door, yeah, that was me shaking the dust off my feet. So maybe I'm a dust shaker. Maybe that's who I am. But everybody's construction is different. Kind of like everybody's chili is different. It's still chili, but everybody's is different. But deconstruction gives you hope. Because if you're going to build something new, the first thing you have to do is clear the lot. You got to clear off what's broken down and busted. Maybe there's a good foundation there. Maybe there's a good cornerstone. But you got to clear off the old burnt out remains of what existed before. And then you can build something new. But don't deconstruct and then not build something new. Use the space where you deconstructed something. That's the important thing, I think. Even if it's nothing like what you had before. So God bless you real good.